welcome to another talk from the Sigma Central Europe Media Zone. I'm Ginevra Infascelli, and today I have the pleasure to speak with Darran Ingretolli from IGA Group. Hi, Darran. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So, first question. What are the primary regulatory and operational challenges that iGaming operators encounter when pursuing a multi-jurisdictional licensing? And how does IGA Group help and assist encountering and overcoming them?
I can answer in one word if you want. Fragmentation. Fragmentation is the main problem. The issue is that each jurisdiction will have wildly varying processes that have wildly varying procedures. They'll have different substance requirements. So now we're talking directorship, offices, residency, et cetera, et cetera. And this is not just, as it might first seem, a question of admin. This is not just administration. It affects everything in the company, from strategy to timelines to... So at IGA Group, what we try to do is have a holistic approach, right, to this. So we are going to first sit down with you and figure out, have you chosen the right jurisdiction? Mm-hmm. And it's not always the case. People don't always have a clear idea of why they're getting which jurisdiction. So the first thing to ascertain is, does this jurisdiction work for your growth plans?
Okay.
Right? Once we've had a look at that with them, we are going to go through all of the policies and procedures. We are going to make sure that their KYC and their other things are aligned. And we are going to interface with the authorities to get the license. But beyond that, this is not just a question of passing some initial tests so you can get started, right? This is we need to build them a framework that can adapt with the regulations moving forward so that they have some safety measure around them, because regulations are changing daily. And we absolutely need to make sure that the whole framework doesn't have to change every time the regulator changes something.
Exactly.
And imagine across multiple jurisdictions, this can become quite a nightmare.
Yeah, we're going to obviously touch upon all the changes in compliance and jurisdictions. But now, more specifically, with increasing regulatory scrutiny around AML and obviously responsible gambling obligations, how do you support the operators in developing the frameworks you were talking about?
I mean, all of this is kind of merged now. So the payment processing, the operators have to deal with this all at the same time, right? AML and responsible gaming, there's no need to hide. This is the focus at the moment, right? It's the regulatory focus. And beyond that, regulators, they're not happy with just having a look at a policy or a procedure like they used to be. They're much more interested in governance now. They're much more interested in, okay, fine, you have a policy, you have a procedure. Show me in practice how this works, right? And so what we do is we'd essentially start by doing a gap assessment. So we have to see where the company is with regards to all of these things. Are they, what do we need to implement for them to keep all of these rules for everything to work smoothly? And once we've had a look at what they're missing, we'll start implementing. So first of all, we'll amend their policies and procedures to align with what is requested. And then we will start to see that they have proper KYC, that they have proper AML systems. A lot of that is software, a lot of it's third-party software, but again, you need to make sure you choose the right solutions to align. And once we've done all of that, again, we're going to try and make sure that they are future-proof.
Clear. Now, with the, let's say, new emerging adoption of AI technologies in the game development and in the marketing, what emerging risks should operators be proactively addressing?
This is a topic, right? AI is the topic.
Yeah.
For now, everybody's talking about it. It comes with benefits. It comes with risks from a regulatory perspective. So let's have a look, for example, at AML. There are some advantages to having AI and AML, but there are also... So at the moment, the discussion is focusing around, let's say, algorithmic bias.
Yeah.
Algorithmic bias, you've seen ChatGPT hallucinate and tell you something in a very authoritarian manner. I'm the authority, and they're talking complete nonsense. That is a big problem. And regulators are going to be addressing that. We're at the point where they're starting to ask the tough questions, right? So they're starting to ask, okay, AI made a decision. Who's responsible? right?
Accountability is a huge argument.
Accountability is going to be
a huge topic.
right?
Yeah.
And so, but on the other side, responsible gaming, it's a rosy picture. AI for responsible gaming, so it allows you to code in conditions upstream, which is awesome in your marketing and it also allows you to anticipate player behaviors and change the messaging up front, right? So if my AI comes back and tells me, hey, he's playing more and more and more and more and more, it's going to bump his risk level up on the back office, right? We need to have these systems in place. And then the AI is going to start sending messages that are like, you've played a lot, you've played a long time.
Interesting.
You've spoken more, right? So from a responsible gaming perspective, I think it looks good at the moment. From the rest, it's going to be difficult. At IGA Group, we're taking this pretty seriously. We've already invested in AI. We are considering further investments in AI, both because we believe that that's the direction. So we want to get our hands dirty now and find out what the problems are, because we want to be able, we know that all of our future customers or operators are going to be going through these processes. We want to experience the difficulties firsthand so we're able to better assist them.
Of course. Now, with the growing convergence of iGaming and fintech, what are the key regulatory intersections that you're helping your clients navigate?
The line between fintech and iGaming is blurred. Now it's blurring fast. So now you have to think about everything at the same time. You have to think about payment licensing. You have to think about cross-border payments. You have to think about GDPR, and you have to think about them all at the same time. It's complicated. There's another thing you need to look at too, is that blockchain's right around the corner. And the main reason, aside from record keeping and accountability, but the main reason for implementing AI is going to be the possibility to accept payments outside of the main payment rails cheaper and faster. So that's all about to change again, right? And so this has become difficult for operators, and honestly, to give you, we don't deal with payments ourselves, but what we will do is introduce you to people we know are very capable in this area. So we will open bank accounts for you, but we will do it through a third party, obviously. And essentially, if they have the right partners, if you are getting good advice from the beginning, you'll be in a good place, right?
According to these changes you were talking about, what emerging cross-border regulatory trends do you anticipate and predict that will have the biggest impact on iGaming operators in the future?
The first part of the answer to that is we're seeing a clear trend towards sharing of information between regulators, right? So essentially what they're doing is, it's no longer the case that you can just have a quick fix in one jurisdiction when you're multi-jurisdictional licensing. You need to account for this in the frameworks up front. The other thing we expect to see happening quite quickly is that regulators will be using AI to monitor events in real time. And when that starts to happen, you are going to need the software framework that goes with that. There's going to be no way around it, literally. You're not going to be able to do that without the new technologies. So, I mean, that is like the short answer to what we're looking for.
Thank you very much, Darran, for sharing this insight with us. And this was Ginevra Infascelli reporting from Sigma Central Europe Media Zone. Stay tuned for more.
Thank you.